Alright, let's see if I can make a quick video of this. So this is a rooftop tent that got a lot of issues. There's a lot of cracks in the roof. Every time there's a rivet, there's some cracks. It's hard to see there. The worst one is right here. So the other issue is the gas struts in this thing are blown out. Antidote rooftop tent. The weather stripping on it they came off. I've just been pulling all the rest of it off. So what I'm going to do today is try to drill a hole at the end of all these cracks. Try to help stop them. I'm going to drill these out and replace, when I get the plastic back together and glued together, I'm going to try to riv nut it. Well, that's what it looks like when you drill out all the rivets and take the roof off. I'm going to try to redo these with riv nuts and put it back on. We're going to try to do all the plastic repair off of here and see how it goes. Well, if I told you I knew what I was doing, I'd be lying. Drilled holes at the end of the crack. Been using this, I bought this a long time ago for this project, never actually used it. Uses these little guys, melts it in, makes it structurally stronger. I don't know. Then it also has a tip for doing plastic welding. And I don't know if I'm going to try the plastic weld, but I think I'm just going to epoxy it back together. So I'm going to clip all these ends off and just run epoxy along the seam, cover all the holes, and I'll re-drill the holes later for the brackets, these things. But now I'm going to do that. This was the big one. Now all the rest of them, I'm going to clean up and just drill the hole out at the end of each end of the crack, put a thing there, put a thing there. I don't know if I'll do one across because that's where another hole is going to be. So do that for the rest of it and try to get back on. Then I got to try to replace these struts. I have some that I bought a long time ago that I think will work. But I stopped doing this project last summer, and I remember something's wrong with it, so we'll see if these work or don't. Alright, after 2 sticks of plastic weld, it doesn't look the greatest, but all the spots are cleaned up. This one looks like a wiener, but that was the really bad crack. And we're going to let it sit overnight. And next thing I'm going to do is do my riv nuts, and all of these. When that's dry, I'll re-drill all the holes for them. We'll get her back on. Well, after fighting people at Napa, O'Reilly's, and Advanced Auto Parts over struts, ended up using the ones I already got from Amazon, which I thought were way too powerful. They're 200 pounders, but after I drilled out this bracket, which had these like pressed in rivets, and then these were in there for that end of the struts, I used the ones I got off of Amazon, added like some washers and a spring washer to add so it doesn't jiggle as much. Here's the other end with the stock stuff, which isn't the right size. The factory stuff was like 8mm, and the OD of these ends are like 10. So there's a little bit of wiggle, but whatever. And as you can see, with me trying to like simulate using this, I can do it pretty easy. 2, I don't know, we'll see. going camping tomorrow regardless in this thing. Here's with the covers back on. The lid, I'm just going to like sand these down so they're flat, and then I'm going to use silicone and a big washer and then the nut. These will get drilled out and use a riv nut, so that way this whole thing's rebuilt. I could take it off again and fix it if I had to. Now here's where the brackets, the thing that latches it down to this, it uses one in there and then one in just the plastic lid, which I think is going to break it again. So I have just a couple pieces of aluminum. I'm just going to weld on a tiny piece of aluminum here, drill the other hole so this is like more secure. And then we'll pop it up and we'll see if this thing shoots into the sky or isn't tall enough or works out just right. Alright, so just got done welding on this extra little piece of aluminum, ground it down, put riv nuts, you can see one just behind there, riv nut there, and then through there, and then through the new piece. Now, they're a little more beefy. I had to put it down so that I can put the riv nuts in the top for the roof. But at least I know the whole thing collapses as far as it's supposed to. And these are like way more beefy than they were. And we'll quick see how one side goes up pretty quick now. Well, I got all the riv nuts in the top rail and then put my screws in, 1/4x20s. Then I silicone the crap out of it. Put these guys on the outside and drilled the holes for them to go through the riv nuts on the side. Now I'll show you it coming up. The only thing I have to do left is glue this weather stripping around the bottom again. So that's ta-da. Definitely got to clean it out and try it out this weekend. I definitely want to add more things to the roof, ceiling. Maybe a built-in LED light with cables that come down for a battery. I don't know. We'll add that later. Just glad that it actually goes up and down nice now. Alright, so it's the next week. Went camping over the weekend. Actually, it's Thursday. It's been raining half the week. I slept in over last weekend. It's alright. Didn't seem like any issues. But yeah, it's been raining for a couple days pretty hard. So I want to see how all of my little crappy repair work did. I see here this part of this is coming up, so we'll see if that leaked or anything. So the new shocks did really good. Seems like they're the right pressure. It was really windy one of the nights, and the tent didn't really flap around, but this did. That drove me nuts, so I gotta figure out how to fix that. But so far, I don't see any signs of leaks. I'd imagine this would all be wet. Got my arms in there. I don't see any signs of moisture. Even up on the roof, I don't see any signs of moisture. Now you can see where I drilled the holes to like fix the cracks, like stop them, and then I glued over it. You can see light through them, so I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it is kind of weird. But actually, I will check this spot. This looks like doesn't feel wet on the inside. I don't feel any moisture on the inside, so I think it fixed it. So there's my rooftop tent that I fixed the roof on and all the shocks. I have some ideas on kind of want to take the top off, use street signs to make a new roof, and or put a RV vent on the top with a fan. Got a few ideas, but at least this part of the project's done.